This conference will now be recorded.
Trying to make sure everything is in order here.
1 minute.
I'm cold.
This is cool in here.
Yeah, well, we turned the air way up. We have that thing running. Everybody's in here with a coat and a hat and clothes on election night because it keeps the humidity out of the room so the ballots don't stick together. And, and he hasn't obviously turned it up yet for me, but for you guys, you're probably comfortable.
You got a heater under your desk, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
You can bring it out here. Plug
I
it in.
could, yeah.
Yeah, I heard of that.
All right,
Mhm.
please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome, everyone. First order of business will be to approve the agenda. Okay.
Move to approve. Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for approval of the agenda. All those in favor of the motion will say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Do we have any conflicts?
Nope.
Okay, seeing none. The next item, canvass and primary election results. Ms. Brenda?
Alrighty. Well, you guys all have the canvas that was submitted to the Secretary of State through our total vote system. So,
Beginning with the
yep, I will.
presidential.
Yes, we will start with the presidential, and I will just, let's see, what, you guys start with precinct 1, correct? Nope, absentee. Okay. So I will start with the absentee precinct. And it goes, and I'm just going to say the order, and then I'll just read them as I go. So it's Williamson, Biden, Phillips, and Suriato. So it's 15, 189, 4, 3. 8, 51, 9, 4. 7, 52, 5, 2. 8, 82, 5, 1. 3, 38, 3, 2. 0, 22, 0, 4. 2, 6, 2, 0. 3, 26, 3, 1. 2, 6, 0, 0. 10, 26, 4, 2. 11, 44, 4, 2. Next rate should be for State Senate, District 31, in the order of Dibert, Crowley, Johnson. 452, 265. 182, 103. 178, 104. 267, 135. 107, 57. 58, 31. 19, 24. 113, 97. 45, 25. 116, 143. 287, 264. Next race should be Republican State Representative District 31 in the order of Maury, Fitzgerald, Odenbach. 298, 387, 534. 112, 161, 217. 123, 164, 199. 162, 216, 332. 65, 99, 126. 42, 46, 53. 18, 17, 32. 105, 100, 152. 34, 34, 41. 153, 92, 198. 294, 243, 437. Republican County Commissioner at Large. In this order, Ewing, Tisdale, Douglas. 444, 389, 339. 164, 178, 131. 183, 173, 116. 246, 229, 184. 101, 90, 85. 47, 37, 51. 21, 20, 30. 105, 86, 133. 40, 30, 33. 129, 98, 163, 331, 284, 292. Next item is the Republican delegates to the state convention. In this order: Merchant, Gross, Halverson. 332, 269, 259, 270. 118, 97, 89, 93. 130, 102, 93, 100. 181, 150, 122, 141. 89, 77, 68, 69. 40, 34, 31, 27. 26, 15, 9, 21. 92, 86, 77, 84. And 29, 30, 29, 22. 117, 93, 73, 154. And 270, 172, 148, 222. Okay, so the next one, this is where you get into the precinct committeemen and women. So you'll have the absentee, and then you'll turn around, and then you'll have the actual precinct that they voted in. So it might just give me a few seconds to get from the absentee to that precinct. So we'll start with precinct committee man, precinct 1, which is Lutz and Robert. Absentee is 34 and 9. And precinct 1 is 111 and 62. And then which one do you guys go to next?
Precinct 2.
Precinct 2 man?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So precinct 2 committee man is Wisely, Hogshagen, thank you, Brandon, and Nelson. So absentee is 4, 37, 31, and 8, 152, 63. All righty, so then you should go to precinct 3, which is Pazuka and Waschenberger, 31, 33, and 150 and 124. Okay. And then you should go to 4, man, which is Rich and Co. 15 and 16, and 74 and 62. And then you should go precinct 7, committee man, Palmer and Moeller, 31 and 44. And 6190. Okay, and then you should go to precinct 8, which is Tupper and Salmonson.
Yeah. 61 and 90. Did I hear you say 51 and 90?
61 is what I said.
Okay.
Or if I didn't, that's what I should have said, because that's what it says on the sheet.
I'm sorry if I heard it wrong.
That's all right. Nope.
61 and 90?
61 and 90. Yep.
Precinct.
Yep, for the precinct 7. Yep. Okay, so now we should go to precinct 8. It's Tupper and Salmonson. So you have 0 and 5, and 31 and 39. And then you go to precinct 9, McLean and Roden, 2710 and 142.97. Then you go to precinct 10, Rothwait and Sleep, 110 and 94, and 255 and 264. And then that should conclude the man, the precinct committee man. And we'll go to the precinct committee women, which would be Roberts and Lutz, 17 and 28, and 97 and 82. And you'll go to precinct 3, Waschenberger and Preskuka. Sorry, thank you. Precinct 3. So you should have 45 and 18, and 150 and 125. Then you go to precinct 6. It's Keller and Johnson, 3 and 6, and 14 and 20. And then you go to precinct 8, Salmonson and Fitzgerald. It is 6 and 0, and 43 and 22. And then you go to precinct 9, Lemmel and Mars, 9 and 27, and 75 and 178. And then precinct 10, Odenbach and Sleep, 138 and 63, and 320 and 211. And Chairman, that concludes the canvass for the June 4th, 2024 primary election.
Motion?
Motion to approve the results. Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the results. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of the motion will say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried.
Okay, there's three copies.
3 by 5.
Okay. Many times as I check that, still like shaking. I mean, we have so many people looking over this to make sure that we've entered the results off of the paper correctly.
It was interesting, the newspapers, they still don't go to the website to get the numbers. You report them separately, is that right? Or is the
AP and Edison, yeah.
it would get them more quickly by going to the website
Yeah, they would, yeah.
that we enter in.
Right.
Yeah, so it's like,
And you guys were very, very timely doing that.
Yeah, they're awesome. Get her done.
Turnout was what, 17%?
19,
That's awful sad.
19.
25 is sort of typical, is that fair for primary?
The last two, 22 and 23, and it was 33 and 35, but I'm not sure which way, but I mean, pretty close right in there.
Now we're going to the dramatic part of the meeting.
Yeah,
This is for the post-election audit.
that is correct. Okay, all right, so once the canvass is completed, according to 1217B20, the county is required to conduct a post-election audit. And so the process starts with drawing a precinct first to see which one we're going to audit.
So there's 1 through 10 and the absentees, so there's 11.
Nope, absentee is not included.
Okay.
Yep.
Just 10.
Yep, so I've got Spearfish 1, 2, 3, Lead, Deadwood, Nemo, row 1, St. Ange, Whitewood, row number 2. So I'm gonna put these in the bucket and we'll draw to see which one we will audit. So, and according to the statute, the precinct has to have had at least 100 ballots cast. So that's the first thing that
So
we
if we
have.
draw one that didn't,
Then we have to draw
throw it
another
out.
one.
So
That's correct.
would we have been ahead of the game to take those out that didn't qualify? Or?
That's not part of that.
Okay,
The
we're following,
statute, yep,
following the way it's worded.
yep, the statute says if it's not 100, then you draw until you have 100 ballots.
Okay.
Want me to hold them up so it's impartial? You peeking.
Right, so, and I do have the count, so.
You reach?
St. Ange, so St. Ange only had 80 votes.
Disqualified.
So, no, we will count that one, but we have to draw another one.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah.
Total of
Oh,
80.
okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense then.
Or 100.
Lead.
That's good.
So lead is
Kind of a nice,
So that's step 1, right?
See, it's so cold in here, my nose is running.
So you have to count St. Ange and then you have to
Yep.
also count Lee.
Yep.
And you have to count
Yep.
the entirety
Yep.
of Lee.
Yep. Well, just the races that I'm gonna pick next.
Right, yeah.
So
Yep.
Lead had 221. Okay, so we will, got St. Ange and Lead. Okay, so that part's done.
Take these out.
Yep, so those are good.
You can
Okay,
save these for the record.
yeah, we can. We'll just kind of keep them with the canvas. So the second part of it is you have to count one statewide race. So that's the next one you draw. And since there's only one statewide race, we will be auditing the Democratic presidential candidate. So that we don't need to draw for because that's the only statewide race. So that will be the statewide race. And then the second race we would audit would be, so we're gonna draw, so I have the 4 races, Senate, Representative, County Commissioner at Large, and then the delegate to the state convention, because that was on everybody's ballot. And then we will go into here, and I will find, this is Lead, our precinct committee man. And 8,
St. Ange.
and St. Ange.
I see, because none of those other ones, because we picked the
Right.
precincts that were
Yep.
getting audited. Okay.
Yep. So what we'll do first is, we'll do St. Ange, just to, well, I'm wondering now, should I just put them all in there?
It would seem that,
Or maybe what we need to do, well, we know we're gonna audit, well, that's not, I'm trying to think of
We're
numbers,
gonna audit St. Ange and Lee.
right? So,
Do we need to have motions on this? Vote
You can reaffirm it at the
reaffirm
end.
it, yeah.
So,
Just do what's the simplest to you.
So why don't we just,
You're debating whether to put all the names in?
yeah, all
or-
the names
I
in,
would do each town separately.
you know, but then I would think that because we,
you'd put the 3 in one drawing, and you'd put the other 2 in another drawing.
and then lead, we'd audit this race, and then, yeah, okay. Okay, so we'll do St. Ange first, because that was the one we drew first.
Boy, I see what the question is, because you really only have to audit one race.
Right,
But it has to be the right number, so you ended up auditing 2.
I suppose it would depend on what you picked. If you put them all in and you picked one of the
on.
donuts,
Donuts next Tuesday.
if you picked a precinct person, then you do that one and then you draw again. And
yeah,
then
and
Okay,
then
well,
for the
thanks.
other, yeah.
I make sure mine's on.
so we have to, so let's go back
Well, I
to the
would
very
have,
beginning.
but it's
So
all
you
his
have
fault.
to, in terms of
Yeah.
the precinct, you have to have how many people in a precinct?
It has to be 100 ballots, and
Okay.
since St. Ange didn't have 100 ballots, had to draw another one, so,
Got Lee, yep.
yep,
And
so I
so then,
got
but
the,
then you have to do 2. Lee doesn't get substituted for St. Ange,
no.
so you have to do, now you do
Yep.
2.
Yep.
And then you have to pick,
So why don't, how about would this work if we put everything in, and if I draw one of the precinct committee men and women, then I'll take that out. Like if it's St. Ange, I'll take those ones out. And then, but if I draw one of these, then we'll do it on both ballots. Does that make sense?
I'm just trying to walk our way through step by step.
Yep.
So we've got St. Ange and Lee, right?
Right?
And then, so then the further qualification is it from each of those, you have to have a statewide race from both of those?
No,
or
not
from-
statewide, it just other contests, so it just has to be a Republican candidate. So just your local races are put in the bucket, and you draw from the local races
But the pool is now going to be St. Ange and
and
Lee.
lead.
And so I see it, so you have to draw one statewide race.
I already did.
because there was only one state.
The presidential
race.
primary, yep.
So then we move on to the step 2.
Yep, is to other Republican candidate now, because the Democrat presidential primary is out, because we're already counting that. And so in lead, we have the 4 races, and St. Ange, the 4 races that are all the same. And then you've got the precinct committee men and women.
So those are all in the same category.
Yep.
And so, but you only need to do one of those.
Right.
So you don't have to do one from St. Ange and one from Lee. You have to do one from.
Yeah, just one other race.
From that pool. So you can put them all. So you can put them all in the cup then. It would seem, right?
Let's do that and draw.
This is okay. So now we've got. Is it true that any of these that you draw are going to have to do it, or could you have to redraw again?
If you draw St.
If I draw
Ange,
St. Ange or lead, yeah, because then, because
But there's
on the
not-
lead ballot, there isn't the St. Ange precinct committee men and women.
Okay,
So,
has to be something that they all have in common.
Right.
Have in common. So if it's county commissioner, it's a good one.
okay, so this is precinct committee for precinct 8. So on St. Ange, we will audit that one. Okay, and then let's draw it again. And then for lead, we're gonna audit the District 31 Senate race.
So I'm still confused on why we are auditing the precinct person for St. Ange when St. Ange didn't have 100 ballots.
Because it's part of the
Because
pool.
it's part of the pool. I drew it first.
Yeah.
So if you don't have one, then you have to draw again.
Right.
And then you have to do both of them.
They had to get to a total of 100
Total of
votes.
100.
And so
As an
And so that's
example,
why we drew twice. If you would have drawn lead first, we only
I
would
would-
be
yep,
doing,
we
we
would've
only
just
would have
said
drawn
lead,
one
yep.
name out of,
Yep.
or one race out of
Correct.
this, so.
Yep.
if you would have drawn, if you're in a county, for example, that had many small precincts, you could
Yeah.
end up auditing however many races, right?
Till they fill up to
Before you
it.
get
Like-
to-
Like
Yeah.
Harding County,
Mhm.
speaking with Kathy up there, I mean,
Yeah.
she doesn't have, I mean, all her precincts are very small. She could end up auditing them all if she drew it just right, so.
Yep.
So-
Oh.
Okay, so,
Check all the boxes then?
the random, so the random drawing was conducted, and we're going to do the St. Ange precinct, which had 80 ballots cast, and the lead precinct, which had 221 ballots cast. And then a drawing was conducted. The statewide contest will be the Democratic presidential candidate, and the other Republican candidates will be, for the lead precinct, will be the State Senate District 31. And for St. Ange, it'll be Justin Tupper and Dave Samuelson for their audit. So we actually will be auditing 3 races during our post-election audit instead of 2.
We need a motion to accept this, Bruce.
I think so, and then also probably, when is the post-election audit?
Okay, yep, so the post-election audit will take place on June 13, 2024, starting at 8 a.m. in the Lawrence County Administrative Annex Building Commissioner Room.
Week from today,
Mhm.
so motion to approve those.
So it'll be after our meeting that day. Will be 5:00.
Motion to approve the drawings of the audits and the date of the audit.
The audit.
Second.
Thank you.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for approval. All those in favor of the motion will say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Actually, it was more of a question.
All right.
Right,
All right,
Company is invited.
oh, yeah, and then secondly, I just wanted to just bring up, according to, where did the statute go?
This one you read this morning?
Yes.
I don't remember it.
So according to statute 1217B24, post-election audit not required with particular recounts. Lawrence County has 3 eligible recounts, the county commission race, the precinct committee man in rural 2, and the precinct committee woman in precinct 1. So if they would file a petition to me to do a recount, if a recount of any contest is conducted in a county, the county auditor is not required to conduct a post-election audit pursuant to 1217B18. So if that does happen, this will be canceled, and we will do that instead. It'll be when I have to petition to the presiding judge of the county, and then he sets, or she sets, when the Judge Day would set the time and the date as to when I would have to conduct that, so.
And how long?
So that's just for your information.
What's the timeframe for them
3
to
days.
come forward?
Tuesday at 5?
Tuesday at
So
5.
maybe the weekend.
We researched that at great length yesterday, Bruce did, so,
All right,
yeah, so.
we're at.
So that's all I have.
Public. Is there anyone in the body of the public that would like to speak this morning on anything? Okay, seeing no one. Is there any items from the commissioners? Not seeing anything either. I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
8:22.
So moved. Second.
Awesome.
We're adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Bob, I do have a